What's up, guys, and welcome to a new farming simulator series. I'm on Sharon Center, Ohio, and this map just got released a couple days ago. Um, I'm excited. It adds 3 new crops: silage corn. What are the other ones? Field grass and vetch rye, which is basically a cover crop. And then silage maize, silage corn is, well, you cut it for silage. That's pretty much all that does. This is the map layout, if you guys don't know it. We currently own these 3 plots of land up here. The farmyard is technically a different field. So yeah, that is what we own. These 2 fields are planted in canola, which will make us a pretty decent amount of money to begin with. So I'm excited for that. As far as these ones that are blinking, these are contract fields. I've got 2 for fertilizing that are right next to each other, and then I've got a harvesting contract for this big field down here. So that's going to be fun. And it is also canola. Now, taking a look at our farmyard for ourselves, I've got our house here that you can walk into. That's why I chose this house in particular, because you can walk inside of it, and I like those kind of houses. I don't know. I just do. Over here we have our shop slash maintenance shed thing. We come and work on our equipment on. Yeah. Over here we have 2 silos. I believe they hold 1,000,000 liters. It's either 1,000,000 or 1.1 million. I don't remember either one. And then we have a modded Farmall something. What is this? Farmall C? That doesn't seem right. Farmall. I don't know. It's a Farmall. That's all I know. It's not the base game. This is a modded version. The only reason I picked this over a John Deere because this one was cheaper, and I haven't used this at all ever. I don't think, and I thought it would work well for a little bit until we switched out for something else. So yeah, and then we've got our auger, obviously. Now over here we have a massive shed. Probably went a little overboard with this, but it'll work. Now in here we do have a John Deere combine. This is the S680 from JHHG Modding. I would have went for the S550, but there's a couple problems with it that need to be updated, so I did not go for that one. Most importantly, there's no gas tank for it. So like if we go in here, there in the bottom right, there's a fuel icon. That is not there on the other version of this combine. And so I didn't pick it because I'm afraid I'm going to run out of gas and I'm not going to see it. So there's that. On the back, we've got a MacDon FD245. This is a 14-meter header, I want to say. Not that. This. It is a 14.5 meter header, so close enough. And I painted it green because it's on a green combine. This is the Lizard C top kick. I don't know if that's what this is called or not. I don't know. But I like it. It's a nice straight truck. I believe that's what that's called. And I believe this will hold 22,000 liters, potentially. Yes, 22,000 liters. Look at that. I guessed right. This is a 8345R John Deere from JHG Modding, and this is the 2009 to 2011 version. I wanted something a little bit older than the 2015 series that he has out. So I went for this one. And I haven't used this one yet, so I wanted to. And then we've got the J&M grain cart. And that's it. That's all we have for equipment. Other than the fact that I've got these contract items over here, which I don't really want to get into at the moment. Well, we will get into them in this episode. It's just I don't want to start them off right now. Now, I probably should have looked if this auger is long enough to reach. And it looks like it is. Fantastic. So we don't have to worry about that. Now I think I'm going to take this across the road and start with this little field. Not that I'm going to be the one harvesting anyway. So yeah, we have 261,000. I think I had 270 when I started this, but then I accepted those contracts. And I think I leased a unrealistic header for the contract combine because I don't really want to take forever to harvest that field. I'm talking about this field that we have to harvest. I believe it's this header too. Yeah. So this is what it gave us for the contract right here. Is this combine, that header, the trailer, the semi, and the semi-trailer. I leased a tool height control header, which makes me go or harvest super fast. Because I don't want to spend 3 hours harvesting in this one field. The only reason I kind of accepted this contract is because we have a lot of things we gotta do today, technically. It being a new save game and me crushing into the stuff, we have a lot of things to prepare. So, yeah. So, as you can see, I can harvest at about 17 miles an hour. It's pretty good. Alright, and then we got the Fent Rogator here that we need some fertilizer for. Now, since the last time I posted anything on YouTube, it's been, what's it been, like 45 days or something? And I'm really sorry for that. I did not mean to take that long to post another series. I have recorded new series in between then. I didn't like how they turned out. I only recorded maybe 1 or 2 episodes to start with, sometimes a third episode. And I didn't like the direction I put them in, and I wasn't in the right mindset to keep them going. So yeah, yeah, I don't really know where to go a bit from there. I do. The series isn't gonna be as long as the Alma series that we just got done doing. Mainly because these fields are pretty big, and I'm gonna run out of stuff to do, pretty much. But I'm saving the longer series for the new Alma update that is coming shortly, and I believe I got a turn here. Doing a lot of talking and not a lot of driving. So yeah, this series isn't going to be quite as long. Like I said, these are pretty big fields. I can't really combine some of them. I mean, I probably could up here if I really wanted to, but then the fields would be ginormous, and I don't think I want to do that. So we might leave the fields how they are. This might be like a 50-hour save game. I can do a lot in 50 hours, right? So far we have 1 hour and 17 minutes. So there's that. Also, I don't have a loan for the first time in forever. I did go into multiplayer game, gave myself 2 million plus the million you start with, so I had 3 million. So I've done everything I needed to do in 3 million. Most of that went into fields and building the farm. Not much went into buying equipment, which is fine. Alright, that guy's doing great. This guy is also doing great. This guy is really loud, but is still doing great. It's fantastic. You know what I could have done? I could have leased a swather and swath these soybeans. Actually, there's this new swathing mod. It's tractor swathing. I have not tried it yet, but I do kind of want to try it. So we might do that at some point. It apparently goes on a Veltra. It's good to know. But yeah, I kind of forgot I could do that. Not that I really want to do that, because that's going to take forever by myself. So I might not do that. Also, another thing I could do is mow the lawn, potentially. Make some silage bales, hay bales, something like that. Get some animals. It's another thing I could do. Ooh, there's a John Deere in the sale. Look at that. Not that I want it or need it. What do we got for motors? Anyway. This doesn't look that bad. Although it would be going on a case tractor, so that's probably not a good idea. I don't know. It's a very good question. Let's see here. What do I have for animal pens? And which ones would look good in my backyard? Ah, we could potentially do some pigs, but I don't necessarily want to do pigs because they're kind of pointless. So it's either between sheep and goats or cows and water buffalo. And looking at this, will this fit right here? Not really. But if I take over this land, I don't know if this fence will go away. But we could potentially take this over. Maybe put this something like that. I like that idea. Maybe we do that. But then again, do I want to have that as a cow barn? Probably. I don't know. Alright, but that will do it for today, guys. I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.